Hi, I'm here with Linda Robbins, holistic health coach and all-around wonderful lady. We're talking about her philosophy of health and healing and living a life. Her principles came from her work in healing people and teaching methods of healing for people with health challenges. And later on, it became clear that the families and all the other people around people who were living according to these simple principles, their lives were getting better too, even though they didn't face health challenges. Today, we're talking about Linda's concept of living simply. Welcome, Linda.
Hello, Jim. It's nice to be here.
Hi. And so lots of us are looking forward to the publication of your upcoming book. Some of us have seen outlines and chapters, and it's spectacular, let me tell you. Anyways, let's go right into it. Talk about living simply for healing and having a better, healthier life.
Okay. So to me, living simply, I break this down into several different categories. The first one is nutrition and what is healthy eating. So there's many hundreds of dietary recommendations and suggestions and fads and whatnot out there. For me, it's about being as simple as one can possibly be with our food choices. So, if we think about what grows right outside our doors, the most amazing plants, herbs and roots and berries that are terrifically wonderful for healing grow right outside our doors. When we go into the grocery store and there's a myriad of choices, mostly processed foods, if we shop on the periphery aisles only of the grocery store, we simply have at our grasp simple foods, real foods. So my motto is eat real live foods. Instead of eating a potato chip, eat a potato, right? Instead of eating a French fry, eat a potato. Things like this. So when we think about our eating habits, if we eat to live rather than living to eat, that will also keep our bodies healthy. I know whenever I'm with my 80-year-old mom and we're having breakfast, she wants to know, well, what are we going to have for dinner? And we're going to have dinner at 6 o'clock. And my whole idea about living simply with our food choices is to eat when we're hungry. And then, of course, choosing organic food versus non-organic food. And I go into detail in my book and in my courses about the difference between organic food and non-organic food, and chemical fertilizers and pesticides that our food supply is laden with. And so making healthier choices and becoming educated about ingredients in foods. And then, and then I offer lots and lots of healthy recipes in the book. So nutrition is one aspect of living simply. Another aspect of living simply is experiencing joy in our lives from simple things like singing a tune in the shower, or as we're walking to work, or throughout our day, because the act of singing actually stimulates our endocrine system. It stimulates all of our endocrine glands, our adrenal glands, our thyroid gland, our parathyroid gland, because all of those glands are located near the throat and the head. And so when we sing and we have that vibration going into those organs, creates circulation and health and oxygen, and just brings about a feeling of joy. So anything that we can do in our lives that create joy for us typically will be something simple, like taking a walk on the beach or through the woods, spending time outdoors where there's vibrancy and life. And when you look at a tree, and you really look at a tree growing, it's a simple act of nature. Everything in nature is when you come right down to the basics of it, it's incredibly simple. It just is about being and beingness. So I go into a lot of different detail in the book about how to create and live and take action in our lives simply. And it seems in our modern life, we've gotten very far away from simple living. Many children these days don't even know where their food comes from. So, I always say, step outside your door and look around in the outdoor world and look around in nature, because everything that we need is there. From the air to the trees, to the grass, to the plants, to the dirt, to the soil, it's all right there, right outside of our doors. We really don't have to go that far. Taking time to turn off our computers and our cell phones and just being with each other. Gathering around a table of fresh, organic, possibly, hopefully, locally grown food, and sharing stories and laughter can create living simply. And then dancing, and again, singing. There's a great little song that I learned called "Every Little Cell in My Body is Happy." And it goes like this. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body feels well. I feel so good. I feel so fine. Every little cell in my body feels swell. And if you simply take that little song and you sing that every day, voila, that's what happens. We begin to feel optimally well every day of our lives. So it's that simple. Just watch your children. They live in simplicity.
What a wonderful and evocative little song. Could you send me the lyrics to that so I can put them in the notes below the video, please?
Absolutely. Be happy to do that.
Well, thank you very much for this brief introduction to some of the many principles, I assume, of living simply. And I thank you very much, Linda. I look forward to our next meeting.
Thank you, Jim.